Hi everyone, my name is Ali Raza. I'm the founder and CEO of Whitelabel Partner. And today we're going to be talking about the top 4 reasons why clients leave your agency. The first reason why clients leave is misaligned expectations. Whenever you onboard a new client, how much time do you invest in trying to understand the objectives of the client? Whenever you onboard a new client, you would definitely want to go into detail requirements gathering calls. You want to understand why they're there. You want to understand their objectives. You want to understand what went wrong when they were with another agency. You want to understand what are their true objectives. You want to understand what would success look like for them and not just you. You as an agency would want to invest at least 2 or 3 Zoom calls in understanding why the client came in the first place, and then document all of this for your team to make sure they are crafting the campaigns in context with this information in hand. Once you have captured this information, you would want this information to be relayed to the client in an email or a documented format in which they should chime in and say, yes, this is exactly what I want. So it's not about just understanding and absorbing this information. It's about documenting this set of expectations between the client and you as an agency, so you and the client are both at the same page. The second reason why agencies see a lot of client churn is poor communication. Great onboarding is half the game. If you've done a great onboarding, it's the start of the relationship. But once you've done a great onboarding, there is a continuous spiral of communication that needs to initiate from the agency's ends. We've seen it all the time. When there's a great onboarding, the experience is great, the customer at the other end is saying, yeah, I've done my research. These are the best guys possible. They will take my marketing to the next level. They will help me attain all the objectives for this season. And guess what? There is silence from the agency's end. When this silence comes in, what happens is that anxiety kicks in, and the clients at the other end start wondering whether or not their selection about you as an agency was the right decision or not. Performance calls are a great way to be in constant touch with your clients. You need to have a dedicated team in place that is constantly in touch with your agency clients to make sure that they're seeing every single bit of progress. You can even start going on calls, on weekly performance calls or monthly performance calls by your own self. It doesn't matter if you don't have a big team. You can do it by your own self. If you do it by your own self, you can start upselling, you can create that bond of relationship between you and the client that can help you get more business. Another reason why client churns happens is that agencies send out really big jargon heavy documentation. So you want to make sure your reports are short, they're sweet, they're not containing too much jargon. And if they do contain some technical terms like CTR or any other terms, you would want to make it easy for them to consume and understand. Another thing that happens in poor communication, clients send out emails over the weekends or during business hours, and then they get responses maybe 24 hours after they send you an email. Whenever your client is sending an email to you, your team or yourself should be in a position to at least respond and acknowledge to their emails and their problems within a 2 to 3 hour window. Another thing that happens most of the times between agencies and their clients is there is lack of perceived value. And this gap can only be fulfilled if you are able to tell them really clearly during your performance calls about how the progress you are making in terms of website traffic, in terms of conversions, in terms of number of leads, in terms of website speed load time, or any other metric that you are following. So I guess what I'm trying to say is whatever you report to them must be strongly connected to the overall objective of the campaign that has been set by the client themselves. The last point is a funny one, and I would like to share a story, a personal story that happened with one of our agency clients. The problem is called detect client mess ups. We had a dental practice client in Los Angeles, California. For the reasons of confidentiality, I'm not supposed to disclose the name of that dental practice. So what happened is we onboarded the client, we started generating leads for them, and we were maintaining a good inflow of leads every single month. We were so happy. My account manager was so happy about the progress that they kept sharing all the information, all the reports month by month. One fine day, we received an email from the client and they say, "You guys suck. The leads that you're giving in are not converting." We were taken aback. We were like, what is going on? Our account manager was smart enough to get on a call with the business owner, with the dental practice owner, and say, okay, can you go ahead and show me all the leads that have come into your system and the time that you've taken to contact those leads. When we asked some question, when our team started asking questions, there was an information that was revealed to us, and that was all the leads that we were pushing into our client's system were not being responded to timely. They were taking about 24 hours to respond and engage a lead that we pushed into their system. And guess what happens when you contact a lead after 12 hours or 24 hours? They are contacted by someone else. This was a huge mess up. It was a huge crack in the overall funnel that was happening on the client side. There was no way we could have fixed this problem if my agency's management team, if my agency's performance managers were not able to identify what the exact problem was. So the problem is not always on the agency side. The problem is often at the side of the client who's not taking the time and not investing the due diligence that is required to convert every single lead that you're passing their way. That's it. Stay tuned for more information and more videos on Whitelabel Partner that will help you understand and enable you to take your agency to the next level.